Hey, what's happening, folks? This is Casey Jewett here.
Hello, I'm Brandon Watson.
I've been in the brewing industry for about 6 years now. I work for Megaton, Ingenious Brewing Company.
I've been in the craft industry for the last 3 years. I started at Backpew and I've been with Megaton as the sales manager for the last year and a half.
I've been a sales rep for Deca Beer Co. for about a year now, and I also run their social media accounts.
I'm the creator of a local Houston-made drinking card game called F Your Liver. Welcome to the Beer Someone Podcast. Hey everybody, it's Beer Someone. We're here at Elder Son off 1960. I'm here with Darnell Gardner, and I got Casey here. How you doing, Casey?
What's up? I'm good.
What's going on, guys? Oh, this is my camera? Okay.
Yeah, that's you.
So I just found out this was your second interview today.
Second interview of the day. This one this morning is with Brianna Cooper with ABC 13. We're having a little suit drive on Sunday, so got to be on the news for a little bit.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's a big collab, right?
Yeah, outside of Elderson, it's Crafty Brothers and Turkey Forest and Hot Topic. Our yearly Black History celebration. So there's that.
That's amazing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what I did a little reading on some of that stuff. So it was for the Pullman Porter release and suit drive that's at Big Owl this Sunday from 1 to 6.
Yes, sir.
And what y'all are wanting people to do is bring professional attire to donate.
Like, either used or gently used or even new. You know what I mean? Like suits, shoes, ties, anything that you would need for a job interview.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. So this will be posted next week after this event is posted, but we talked about possibly clipping this part to post beforehand so that this could get out there because we definitely want to get this out there. I also I was poking around and kind of reading a little bit. I saw you posted a little bit more about some of that stuff, the Pullman Porters and who they were, and the Brotherhood of the Sleeping Car Porters. So if you don't mind explaining a little bit more about what that is.
1925 by A. Philip Randolph, you know what I mean? They were first all-black union in America. They just basically helped to increase wages, better conditions, better treatment for the union.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's really
and
cool.
Having the name Porter is perfect for a beer name, for a beer style of porter. So.
Right, yeah. No, honestly, I didn't know anything about this stuff. So when I was poking around, I was like, man, it's a pretty cool history.
Oh, dude, I got to learn a lot myself.
Right,
so
available at Big Owl?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
As of Sunday.
Sunday.
And this is a yearly thing. This is annual.
Third year.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. That's awesome. Really cool. So that'll be on ABC 13 News. Do you have any idea what time?
I'm not sure. We filmed it this morning, so
whenever they
should have it clipped by sometime later today.
Sweet. I'm sure y'all will post it whenever it's up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's exciting. Have you
that
ever
is
been
very
on the
exciting.
news before?
No. I was trying to say.
Did you pull out your inner James Simpson?
Oh, no, I was nervous as shit, dude.
A lot of
please don't say please don't say
That's
Must
good.
have been a great experience, though.
Nerve-wracking to say the least, man.
Well, they have their energy, those people when the news people show
Here's
up.
the boss man.
What's up, Robert? Good, man. Thank you.
How you doing, Robert? No, you're good.
I got an event tomorrow. I got to get ready for.
No worries, man.
Well, we'll do another one with you another time.
My anniversary was yesterday.
Oh, happy anniversary! Yeah,
Thanks, bro.
I know you got to attend to that.
Yeah, I got to get.
Yeah. Yep. You got to stay out of trouble. That's what's up. Oh yeah, that was Robert Frye, the owner of Elder Son.
The master brewer makes all the magic happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, by the way, speaking of beer, what am I drinking on? I'm drinking on the Lefty Double Dry Hopped Laser.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. That's one of my favorites. Like you double dry hop any beer, and it's gonna be a favorite of mine. But like any of the beers we have on tap is gonna be great. But the Lefty Laser, that was Paige's beer. She made for her anniversary, and now it's one of our year-round beers.
No, it's really good. It's my first time having it.
No, sorry, that's Lights Out and Away We Go. Ignore the last 30 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
But Lefty Laser is still a solid beer.
Yeah. No, it is a really solid beer. And sorry, this is my first time actually here at this location since y'all purchased it from Southern Yankee. So it's really cool. Really good vibe.
Oh yeah, we got the tree on there. You know what I mean? Made it feel more like it's home for us.
Yeah. Definitely is. This is definitely Elder Son now. So I'm drinking the 409 Skyline.
Yes, sir.
It's a session IPA, or sorry, it's a session.
Yeah, session
yes,
IPA.
It is. Yeah.
How
okay.
is that, Casey?
It's delicious and it's nice and light. A really good starter beer.
Named
good
after
place.
one of our owners' street names. back in his hometown.
Okay, word.
Okay, what are you drinking on right now?
I'm drinking on the Punch Kidney. It's a solid milk porter. You can tell the weather outside. It's perfect for a good milk porter.
I was thinking about checking out the peanut butter coffee. Is that a
Yeah,
stout?
man.
That's a pale ale. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a nice beer he made, dude. Like, you can taste the coffee up front. Again, it's perfect for this weather because in probably a few weeks it's gonna be hot as hell. So this is gonna be lager season.
It's Texas.
So
Just
you
for
gotta
reference.
you gotta get your dark beers in while you can. You know what I mean?
It's 40 degrees right now ish. Feels like 37. But
It'll be
yeah,
80 in 2 days.
It could be at 80 in 2 days. By the time people hear this, it might be. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
A beer I definitely recommend you try is Mom put something spicy in the German chocolate cake.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at that.
I made the mistake of like eating some of the mash and like got tobacco flakes in my mouth. Burned like hell for about 30 seconds.
Like spicy, like cinnamon?
Oh, dude, they got it in my taste buds. It was not like cinnamon, like spicy, like burn your
Like,
ass spicy.
really?
I was looking at that.
Oh,
might
I
try
see.
it. I'll try that.
That's what's
before
up.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, because that one is gonna be gone soon, so I definitely recommend that one.
Ooh, we might get a flight. You want to split a flight?
I'm down. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down to try some things.
I wanna
yeah.
try some
I was definitely planning on having at least 3 different beers while I'm here to try out, which I'll have to offer. Yeah, man. So how involved are you with brewing here?
I get to brew a few batches every now and then, but I want to learn. So like Rob's doing a good job of like helping me learn the process. Like I've gotten like Shake Shifter IPA was on there, but it's gone now because everybody drank it.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's a good sign.
That's a
that they
good
like it.
problem. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, like every now and then I get to help brew the batches, but like I'm like his right hand man.
Okay, that's what's up. So
Learn a
Robert
lot.
is brewing everything himself.
Yeah.
And basically the next person in line is you.
Hopefully.
That's kind of like yeah, right on.
Yeah.
So he's very hands-on with all of his beers, and that's his lane. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's very cool. Yes, sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I was just so we were definitely wanting to kind of unpack the how you guys do things around here. So Robert's the head brewer, and then what is your role here?
Man, I do everything.
Yeah.
Bartend, I clean kegs, clean fermenters. I mean, brew batches from time to time. So everything that needs to be done that Rob can't do, I can step in and do.
That's
At both
what's up.
locations too.
That's what's up.
Are you still? I know for a little while you were working with Under the Radar. Are you still
Yeah, I
involved
still moonlight there on the Thursdays.
on Thursdays and just bartending? Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what's up.
So
Yeah, so I've been at both of them for 3 years now.
You're just such a huge person within the craft beer community between Elder Son, Under the Radar, Crafty Brothers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I've made so many good friends in craft beer, like not only in Texas, but like Colorado, California. It's just like one of the few communities that is not a zero-sum game where somebody has to win, somebody has to lose.
Right.
Everybody in this industry wins. We try to root for each other unless your beer is just horrendously bad.
And you don't know it, yeah.
And even if your beer is horrendously bad and you're a good person, people are going to try to help you out.
Absolutely, yeah. Try to lift each other up, man.
Exactly.
So you're involved with Crafty Brothers. Is that your thing that you started, or is that
Me and my buddy founded it. He was in the craft beer. We're in college when everybody else was drinking Keystone. He was drinking Blue Moons with the orange, and it was like, what is this weird dude doing? And then I was living with him during COVID in Austin, and we just got tired of buying Heineken's every day. So we would buy a different 6-pack from a different brewery. We figured like, hey man, like let's just make it its own brand, and that's how Crafty Brothers came about.
okay? So it's kind of been a thing like for a while.
4 years now.
Okay,
From what I
word.
saw on LinkedIn.
That's what's up. Okay, because you're also I know you do events and you kind of are tied in with the guys with Pine Exchange.
Oh yeah.
And-
Those are my guys. Like we've done collabs in Denver. I mean, we've done collabs with Bailenson, which will be coming out soon in April. Strongly Related 2.0 for 420 weekend.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You do with that what you will.
Yeah,
I just want
absolutely.
to shout out Luis from Pine Exchange. Buddy
Yeah,
of mine.
absolutely. Luis, Pine Exchange, Kendrick.
yeah.
So for people who don't know what that's about, what is that about? What is Pine Exchange? What is Crafty Brothers? What is all the, what's the other one?
Hot Topic.
Hop Topic that was on my list as well.
Basically, just wanted to bring diversity to craft beer. Like, there's a whole segment of people like that might be intimidated by craft beer. That like they'll look at this menu and like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm looking at. And we're trying to bring those people to the brewery and the brewery to them. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Just trying to make craft beer more diverse. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't really see too many black and brown people when you go to a brewery, and there's a whole segment of people that we can bring craft beer to.
Right.
'Cause, I mean, this is a slim margin business, so if you can attract new customers, that's what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I think it's awesome because I started kind of getting hip to you guys when I started working for Ingenious.
Oh yeah.
And you guys were coming out and doing events with us right when I first started, and you could just feel the love, like with y'all's
man.
people and the group that would come in. That's how I made good friends with Luis. He's a really good friend of mine now. Was when they would come out and do those events, and then he would come back after the fact, and it was all like, "Hey, man, like we'd known each other for years."
Yeah.
Just had a couple of technical difficulties, so we're back on track now. We did leave off. We were talking about some of these groups and organizations and a group of people that get together, like Crafty Brothers, Hop Topic, Pine Exchange. Who else can we name drop?
They're collaborating with Turkey Forest on the project they have coming out on Sunday.
Yeah, but I'm talking about. So these are generally going to
So
just.
you got like Brews Bros. Like there's a few. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I met a lot of them doing like F Your Liver, being out there at breweries, doing markets and events like that.
And these are mainly just like black guys that are putting these organizations together, that are going out, visiting breweries, brewing with breweries, doing collaborations, being at their events. Some of these guys have their own merchandise, which is really cool. I know I've got a Hop Topic shirt.
Yeah, I got a few of their shirts. You know what I mean? We got a few hoodies hanging around somewhere.
Crafty Brothers has some merch as well. And so we were kind of talking a minute ago when all this we had to take a break. But what I was trying to get was like more information on like what these groups are about, because like to your point, you were saying that like you don't see as many black people at breweries as you do white people.
Yeah, because I mean, like the stereotypical idea of a person at a brewery is a dude with a man bun, which is just so far from the truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's such a diverse walk of life at a brewery. You know what I mean?
I'm working on mine though.
I rock
getting
the
there.
man bun.
Get the man bun, get your plaid shirt. You know what I mean?
Almost.
I can be that stereotypical guy, but yeah, no. To your point, though, I mean, like, yeah, it's like I've been visiting breweries all around the country as long as I could. I've been into breweries for a long time, and you're right. It's kind of like this. It's like white male culture and it's to no one's fault that I can see.
No, not at all.
But as
That's
far
a consumer,
as
but that's also in the industry as well. How
And
does that feel?
That's why these groups exist, to like to push people push breweries towards that demographic, and that demographic towards breweries. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
it definitely opens that door. Absolutely.
Yeah, like you can find a beer you like at a brewery. Like I guarantee it. If you're like a Heineken person, a Bud Light person, a Coors Light person, there is going to be a beer for you at a brewery. You know what I mean?
The different variations of how it can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, like the sours are popular and stuff like that, and even hard seltzers. So like,
Yeah.
There's something for everybody.
Yeah,
out
the
there
styles
today.
just keep kind of getting more this broad. You know, you've got a lot
exactly.
of different things to choose from. It's not just like, oh, it has to be a lager, it has to be an IPA, or it has to be this type of thing. It's like, you know, but either way, once you kind of get into those kind of more fun, interesting beers, then what a lot of people do, they end up falling right into the traditional styles. You know, you're just like, oh, I really like this seltzer, I really like this sour, and then next thing you know, a year later, you're like, I really like this you know,
This
lager.
lager, yeah.
This lager that I'm drinking. Yeah. So,
Exactly.
and that's what it's all about. It's leading people into the whole world of it, you know, not just being like, oh, we have this one aspect. But yeah, I think it's really cool what you guys do, because I've seen I've been like whenever Black is Beautiful did, whenever Weathered Souls put that whole thing together, and all these breweries across the country were doing all these Black is Beautiful beers.
Love that.
It was really, really cool to see, and it was cool to be involved and just see, like, because I worked for Ingenious at the time, and we did our Black is Beautiful, and
I remember that
we were
one,
doing
yeah.
curbside.
When y'all do it with it's like a blueberry waffle or like that, or no? That was another.
That was Humbled and Humble. That was
Yeah,
right
Humbled,
after.
yeah.
Yeah, which was another. Yeah.
with culture. What's the name of the place? Breakfast Club, right?
Yes, the Breakfast
Yes.
Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did the waffle oatmeal stout. Yeah. We did the donuts. But anyway, but like before that, when we were doing Black is Beautiful was during COVID. And so
Right.
I remember we were doing a lot of our sales during the shutdown. And I cannot tell you like how many there were black people showing up to the brewery that were wanting this beer, that were just so like green. They did not know. They're like, this is new to me. I'm here because I saw what you guys are doing. And then you start telling them like almost every brewery in the country is doing this right now. Like everybody's brewing this.
It's like you see representation. Like, all right, cool. Now, like, all right, they are actually marketing something to me. Like,
Yeah.
that's dope. You know what I mean? I want to come in and bring my friends.
Absolutely. So as a responsibility to me, it's like, I want to make this as inviting as possible. So
Exactly.
please come back. I love that you're here for this. I hope this opens a door for you to want to try more things and be involved in what we're doing because...
And even when all our groups do collabs, man, like it's just not it's not black only. It's like you come to one of our events, any of our events, it's multicultural.
Right.
And that's fucking awesome. Man.
I've been to a couple more at Baylison. So much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Such a
Like,
great time.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like when we did our Stronger Related collab with the Pine Exchange in Baylison's, all right, we had a DJ,
So
a
good.
Latin DJ. We had like a Latin food truck, but it still was, you know what I mean? Like I said, multicultural.
Right. Right.
And at Baylison's, the brewers are both, the assistant brewer and the head brewer are both women. So that's another angle of diversity. You know what I
Right. Absolutely. That's another... Yeah, absolutely.
Love Baylison's.
Yeah.
mean? Shout out to Sarah, Adam,
Yep.
Marie, assistant brewer. Yep.
Yep.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite style of beer? And then what's your favorite style of beer to make?
My favorite style of beer is always going to be Kolsch.
Okay.
Because, like, when you go to a brewery and you taste a Kolsch won't lie to you. You know what I mean? Like, an IPA will lie to you. You can
I like
hop it
that.
up. You can
Kolsch won't lie to
throw
you.
shit in there. But, like, a good Kolsch won't lie to you. You know what I mean? Like, if a Kolsch is good, then you can trust the rest of their beers. But for me, like, my favorite beer to brew would probably be Irish Red Ale.
Okay.
Really?
Without question. Like, well, I'm going to try to convince Rob to brew one. But, like, when I home brew, like, the best beer I ever brewed was Irish Red Ale, without question.
Okay.
Underrated style, yeah.
But why?
I'm not sure, man.
I'm not shitting on it.
Yeah,
I'm really
but no,
curious.
I'm not sure why. That's a damn good question. Like, I guess I'm just biased because, like, that's the best homebrew beer I brewed.
Okay.
Like,
But
and
that's
I
not
could-
your favorite style
Oh
of
no,
beer.
Kolsch. No, it's just like Kolsch was my entryway beer into craft beer. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
before I was just drinking Heineken and stuff like that, and then I started drinking Old School Love Street, which before was a blonde German, whatever it is, was a Kolsch, and
Yeah.
I started just buying Kolsch's from different breweries, and
That's what brought you here.
yeah,
Okay.
Kolsch into session IPAs, and now full blown. I'll drink anything that's not Belgian.
How long have you been in the industry here in Houston? I know we touched about a little bit at the beginning. You were in college, and that's where you got interested. But
Crafty Brothers has been around for 4 years. Industry, I've got into about 3.5.
Okay.
Like, so I've been working in the industry for 3 years, but like that half year was just like making connections. You know what I mean? Like,
you're just so big. I thought you'd been around for longer.
oh
than
no,
that.
no. Like, my former profession taught me like you always go and talk to everybody. Go to every brewery you can. You know what I mean? Like, no brewery's too far away because you're always going to meet somebody. You're always going to learn something from somebody.
Absolutely.
A handshake in person and a beer is way better than any email, text, phone call.
100%.
So,
I
like,
agree.
I always wanted to make it a habit to go to every brewery I could. And I've been to every brewery from Brenham to Galveston, minus like one or two that just popped up.
But your initial getting into it, like you said, when you did Crafty Brothers was 4 years ago. And that was you getting into craft beer?
Yeah, that was me getting the crap.
And then you started immediately brewing at home, like doing home brew?
No, like, one of my buddies, like, got tired of me bitching about beer. And he's like, all right, I'll buy you a kit. And then I just started home brewing at his place and did like maybe 10 batches, and then got hired into the industry, and so that kind of took away my time for home brewing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's an 8-hour day.
Yeah. So, like, anything that you get into, is it something you dive headfirst into? Like, whether
Oh,
it's
yeah.
beer or whatever that is you're into, like,
So I just like the people just brought me in. You know what I mean? Like, they welcomed me in. Like, one of the first people I got to talk to about craft beer was Val at Valentin's. One of the nicest goddamn guys.
Yep.
And Andrew at Senate Avenue.
Love Andrew.
Those two guys were like the first ones to just sit me down and talk to, like, here's what craft beer is, here's what our mission are, like, here's like how breweries work and stuff like that. And I just fell in love with it. And so,
You've had some great influences having your
dude,
back
yeah.
too.
like I said, Andrew and Val are like pivotal.
Great guys.
And then having Rob for my boss is on for almost 3 years. So,
That's awesome.
and Paul at Under the Radar. So,
Yeah.
It's kind of jumping ahead, but where do you see your future in the craft industry?
I've always wanted to own a brewery.
Okay.
But like, you guys are all in the industry right now. It's just, it's a scary time right now. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like, the margins are thin, the cost of goods are going up. But I still one day want to own my own brewery, like kind of just like in Third Ward, just kind of like a neighborhood brewery, like have a DJ, like slam jams every now and then, alongside of having good beer.
What would that brewery be called? Right now, what would it be called?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I've had so many good names, but like now I'm on the spot.
Yeah.
But I promise you, it would be a great name though. Like,
Yeah.
Because like now that I've been in the industry, just I know what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dream is still own a brewery one day, but just those dreams are tempered now. But until I own a brewery, I would love to be a head brewer one day.
So
It's like there is now that Eric is gone from True Anomaly, there's not another black hair brewer in Houston.
really?
Yeah, because Eric was the only one at True Anomaly,
Okay.
and so now he's in Austin, I believe.
What's going on with For the Culture?
Craft Culture X.
Is that what it's Craft Culture X now?
Yeah,
Omniac.
I'm not sure.
They're still around, right?
It's Overnick and For the Culture. I know Carl and those guys are still doing their thing.
Yeah.
I think Miguel's the head brewer over there.
I think they're still around.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it
Yeah,
was
they're
still.
definitely still around. They're
Yeah.
definitely doing their
I
thing.
need to go
yeah.
over there. They're awesome.
Yeah, we
They're
went there
awesome
for
guys.
their
Carl's awesome.
their anniversary, and it was a fucking blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to your point, like this is kind of a scary time to be in the industry, and we're kind of not sure exactly where things are going. So that leads me to this question. Where did it go? Okay. What does the future hold for Houston craft beer in the eyes of Darnell?
Okay. Everybody's gone. We're just going to Darnell's brewery.
I can see a little bit of a minor consolidation, like some breweries, like just the nature of the beast, like pulling back. But if we get everything, if we can get the cost of goods down, maybe like unfortunately, let's start switching to lagers, like less expensive beers, like a lot of hazies and stuff like that, then we'll be okay. But I
hearing
think
a lot of that,
I
yeah.
think we'll be fine if we start consolidating, and yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting. I have no idea. I think about
So
this all the time.
I don't root for any brewery to fail.
Exactly. No, same here. I don't ever want. I want Houston to be a spot.
Yeah.
People come to Houston and be like, "There's some really badass breweries in Houston,"
Yeah,
why
so you
we're
go to
doing
Seattle,
stuff like this.
There's like a whole block where there's like 6 breweries, and
Yeah.
they all can function.
and they're all good.
Denver's the same thing, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
And there's no reason why Houston can be that way.
Oh, that's why we started this podcast, hopefully to spotlight, certain breweries and get people to get up and go and visit these places.
Because right now, the only thing we have that's that close, like having like an area where there's like concentrated breweries, like in the Heights. You have New Magnolia, you have Elderson, you have Brash, you have North Shepherd,
Great
Walton
Heights.
Stick, Great Heights, and like Turkey, Big Isle's not too far from that area, so like that's the only really area that has a concentration of breweries. Other than that, Houston's so big that they're just all spread out. You know
What's
what
the
Right,
closest
yeah.
brewery to here, other than
I mean? Excalibur
Excalibur?
okay. Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
11 Below,
and 11 Below.
Yeah.
because
Their
11
new
Below
location.
bought Fortress.
Okay. I haven't been to the new location. I actually never made my way to Fortress.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah.
I need to. But yeah.
Well, no, Fortress is
Well, yeah. Before.
well. They still brew Fortress beer.
Yeah.
But 11 Below owns that land now.
I think
so that
B52
was
is
the-
brewing the Fortress beer.
Yeah. B52 is like the mass production. Like that's where like all their distro beer is brewed out of. And so 11 Below just wanted to own the land, and that's why 11 Below bought Fortress so they can have.
Okay.
Because I mean that's the nature of the game. Like that was going back to your question, saying how do I see the industry? You have to own the land. Owning the land is the key now. Like
It's like McDonald's.
yeah,
Ray Kroc.
if you can cut out rent,
Kroc.
you cut out rent, and now that rent money can go towards ingredients or something like that, or
Yeah.
just putting back into your brewery.
Right.
That's the name of the game, is owning the land.
Yeah.
in my
For
sure.
opinion. Because you saw what happened with Baylinsons and their
Yeah, they were
situation, their landlord.
Fighting with their landlord.
Yeah.
One.
They're
won,
good.
thank
They're
you, yeah.
staying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So owning the land is the key now, in my opinion.
Yeah. They also own a craft beer bar
Called
in
second
Second
drought.
Drought.
Second Draft. It's in it's in East Downtown. It's in a little area that's being completely gentrified and redone.
It's
and
called it's at the Ion.
they're actually about to open.
Rice owns it. I
Yeah,
believe?
right. So it's like
They're about to
They
open-
call it a think tank or something like that.
It's really cool. I've seen like conferences. They got a bunch
It's
of
really
AI and tech.
Oh yeah,
stuff there.
we did a I want to say a beer tasting, but we went there for an event, and it's a cool place. Like we were there with Great Heights because Sarah invited us out, And I mean, the inside of it is pretty damn cool.
nice,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, yeah.
Really nice.
Well, they're about to open an art school over there, like
Yeah.
across the street. And I guess I don't know if that's affiliated with Rice, but either way, they're going to have plenty of people that'll be able to patronize all those businesses right
And
there.
Thankfully, like Sarah buying Second Drought, you're going to introduce a lot of younger people to craft beer too. So that's
Yeah.
perfect. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's great. I think
Great
they're doing
craft
awesome.
beer place. Check out Second Draft.
So we're talking about Houston, other Houston craft beer breweries. What are your favorite? Like, what's your top 5?
Yeah, top 5. That's something we're going to start asking
dude,
people.
Like, oh, you're gonna get me fucking flamed.
I know,
don't
it's
wanna
kinda
leave-
scary.
I don't want to leave anybody out. I only like in no order. It will be Elderson, of course. It
No
will
order,
Be,
okay.
Bailenson,
Okay.
Valensons, Great Heights, New Magnolia.
That's
And
it.
that is no slight to any. Oh shit! Like I left out True Anomaly equal parts. So like.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
No
That's
slight to
7.
That's
anybody
a
else.
hard-
You got
yeah.
his
That's what I'm
5.
saying.
I'm the same way about that. Like, it's tough. Like, it really is
It
tough.
is hard.
And I'm not. I'm going off strictly of how frequently I visit them. You know what I mean?
Fair enough, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
those breweries I'm at quite often.
Yeah. Because it's not just, I mean, yeah, you want to kind of grade things on just the beer alone, but it's really not just the beer alone. A lot of times it's your relationships that you build with these people when you go, because
You're not wrong.
it's so easy to develop a relationship with people when you go into a brewery. It's so easy.
And it's like
people are,
sometimes it's just proximity, man. Like
yeah, that too.
I love Senate Avenue. Location 6 makes damn good beer, but it's just so far out.
Yeah.
Lone Pint is it's far out.
I've
Right,
never been
yeah.
to Lone Pint. Senate's 10 minutes from my house, so.
Yes, yeah.
Did you see that Senate just got broken into? The other day?
Yeah, man. Like, I'm going to
didn't
try
know
to go
that.
out there this weekend to show my support, because we had somebody break into our shit too, man. Like
that
not too long
sucks.
ago. And like, you don't want to go to be in a cashless business because it affects your servers. Because like, if you're a cashless business, people will, all right, I'm just gonna have take my debit card or my credit card, and it, like I said, affects the servers.
It
I think
does.
they're going to catch the guys, though. That like you could see like their whole entire bodies.
Oh
in
yeah,
their
they're
face.
idiots. They
Yeah.
will be called like they are newbie criminals.
Andrew posted it all over Facebook. So.
Yeah, no.
And like Andrew's like generally one of the nicest damn guys.
So great.
You know what I mean?
But definitely a good point to make is, like, if you see a brewery like Senate or somebody, elder son, getting broken into, make it a point to try to visit, even if you just go have one beer. Like, just go by, because just like sometimes dealing with that shit, having to buy new doors.
Oh man, it's like yo,
Having
I had this money set aside for a grain.
Right.
Now I got to buy a new window. You know?
Yeah, I got to get security equipment and all this, whatever, you know. Yeah, exactly. And
Like
even
that
the time spent too to mess with the cleanup and deal with all the hubbub that goes along with that
it's a
crap.
little bit psychological too. It's like fuck, man. Like I didn't think anybody's going to break into my brewery. You know what I mean? Like yikes.
Yeah, you just want to focus on making beer and being open. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I was at No Label on Wednesday night. Wednesday night.
No Label is also another one of my favorite breweries, but driving
So
out to
great.
Katy is hard.
It is.
Heard.
From downtown, like on any given day, that's an hour and 20-minute drive.
It's like 25 minutes from me, so it's not super bad.
But I-10 is a disaster.
But I was
Or
over
Katy
at Katy
Freeway,
Beer Garden selling some Megaton beer, and I swung over to say hi to Tom just to see if he was hanging out. I'm like, I'll have a beer. 3 beers later, because Tom wouldn't let me leave.
There's no such thing as just one beer.
But I was asking him about the
In the history of
podcast.
mankind.
He was giving me a podcast, Drink of the Ages, good advice. And I'm looking over at all the merch, because No Label has all the merch, so much great merch. And
Legends of merch.
so much good. So much merch. And I'm looking at the stickers, and I just see Darnell on a sticker, Darn Ale. Can you tell me about that, how that happened?
Oh man, yeah, we had a guild meeting where we had a bus trip to Hound Song, and so bus ride there, we're having a good time. Bus ride, we have our beers at Hound Song. Bus ride back, we had a few beers, and I was like, man, a beer car Darnell will be cool. Just not even fucking thinking of it, just like whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, beer
So I've
named
been-
after me would
I've
be
been
cool.
bitching at Tom to like, put me on something. Can I be on a shirt or something like that?
Tom,
and-
can I get my own beer?
And now, sure enough, fucking, he texts me at 1:30 in the morning one day and was like, hey, can you fix this logo for Darnell? I was like, dude, it's like 1:30 in the morning, but yes, I will.
That's awesome.
We stayed in
That's
this
so
text thread
awesome.
until about 2:30 in the morning until I fell asleep. It was me, him, and Chris Hernandez. Like, he's the artist from California.
Love Chris.
Hell of an artist, you know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
So
he's
good.
the one that did the artwork. And if they were talking, I was like, well, I'm going to bed. You guys can stay up the rest of the night, but I'm going to bed.
So did Tom pick out what style of beer it was, or did you have anything to do with the?
Oh, no, I just named it. Tom,
Just the name.
Yeah. Tom picked out the style. Chris did the artwork. Then I got to be on a mural at No Label. So I'm
Badass.
happy.
That's
Yeah.
really cool, man.
And it's ironic because like No Label was the place like I started drinking IPAs at. Like they had a beer called Squeeze and Twist. Mm-hmm. It's a nice sessionable IPA. I was like, all right, IPAs aren't that bad. It's not like a bitter grass bomb everybody talks about.
Yeah.
So like
You didn't like them initially?
I don't know. Well, because I was just
Yeah.
ignorant to the
Yeah.
style. You know what I mean? Because you go off what you heard, and then when you find a session IPA, and then you get into the higher APV IPAs, and
Yeah.
so like out of all the breweries I've drank at, I probably drank the most beer at No Label.
Wow.
With different styles of beer. That was what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's
They
awesome.
were cranking them out like they're 1980s. Kolsk was
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, they have. If you go to the brewery, they have like some pretty cool stuff. I know I had like a sour IPA when I went there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, it was really good too.
I
It
had
was really
their
tasty.
Nakatomi Plaza, which was like a golden ale with like a coffee finish the other day.
Yeah.
Christmas beer they did. It was so good.
That's cool. Yeah.
And they make fucking badass labels too. I gotta give
Yeah.
them credit on that.
Yeah. I have a What a Beer koozie from them.
See, they know just how to skirt it just enough not to get that C and D.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were talking about the little C&D action earlier about Paul Wall. Well, we gotta keep that story under
Yeah,
wraps.
no,
but
get me in trouble.
But yeah, no. So no, that's really cool. I think they do a really great. I think even like earlier I saw. Because y'all have these plaques all over the wall of elders, the lifetime mug clubbers, and I saw Rudy Cano's, and his is in like the likeness of the Star Wars label.
Oh, yeah,
because he has like a label as well at No Label.
He's part of the home brass. What is it? Homebrew brass band?
ensemble. Yeah. No, I know it's that because I think I accidentally called them the homegrown brass band one time.
Oh, and I'm sure that did not go over well at all.
And he was like, "It's home brewed," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
He's the
Yeah.
nicest guy, but I don't think you want to give on him.
He's super nice.
Alongside of Big Rudy.
No.
I
There's
was like
another
seeing
band
him
member
at
of his.
Oktoberfest at Brew 30 performing with the band every year.
Yeah, he was at Oktoberfest. The homebrewed brass ensemble is at a lot of beer events. They played at Decca. They played at Ingenious when we were open.
Yeah, I've seen him so much.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
like another one that members Horn Solo, which I think is a badass name. The plaque right there behind you guys, they're also part of it. The bottom left,
Solo, that's
Horn Solo,
awesome.
that's pretty fucking
I
clever.
saw
Yeah.
Jimmy Campos up there on there.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Campos has signs all over this brewery.
Yeah, he's
Does he?
a
You
mug
go in the
clubber.
restroom and it says, please give me
One more beer. Yeah,
Jimmy. Yes.
Yeah,
So-
Decca has one in our bathroom too.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
he's gone around every brewery and put that in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So on the way here, Casey told me he's like like Elderson's like a lacrosse themed brewery. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then we started I'm walking around in here. I
You
started
never knew
seeing
that?
all. Yeah, I
Cat
didn't
two
know.
lacrosse
it's
players on both
everywhere.
sides. Yeah.
like you got the cross things right there.
I know.
Midi back, lefty laser.
So
he told me
did he play
Robert
in
was a
college,
lacrosse
or?
player, and I was like,
Oh no!
Really?
His two sons play lacrosse.
Oh, I was wrong. I was bet.
No,
I
he
was,
told me
I was
Robert
gonna
was
bet
a
my life.
professional lacrosse player. I believe
like-
it. He was a pro.
I go. I'll bet money he played lacrosse.
No, he moonlights and plays. He plays. You know what I mean? Like there's like I wouldn't call it a beer league, but like all the breweries have like a team, and so Rob goes out there and moonlights,
Really?
gets out there and gets it on.
But that's for his son. His sons are into it. That's really
Yeah.
where the love of it came
yeah.
from. Okay.
So you'll catch him going across country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Getting
given
those
his
scallies.
build and shit, I could see him out there rocking it. Like he looked
Hey,
like
Rob,
he.
we know you're a lacrosse player. I was telling him about your lacrosse playing days.
Oh, you're playing St. Arnold's on Sunday.
I didn't know there was a brewery craft beer.
Oh yeah,
a
man!
brewery
lacrosse
league.
Val's has one. Fortress has one. St. Arnold's has one.
My
Trelawney has
sister's a
one.
pretty good lacrosse player. We might have to do a Megaton versus Decca game.
Us?
Dude, all right.
Yeah, man. So
That's awesome.
Ilderson's out there.
I think I
dominating.
have some equipment. My son did it for like 3 months, and then he was like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
I'm just
Yeah,
trying to think of
man.
another sport maybe we could do. Maybe dodgeball, maybe disc
Yeah,
golf.
fuck it. Let's just go dodgeball. Yeah, like go
yeah,
all the way.
man.
yeah.
Like they're like I would have never known that if I had not worked here. That's like a
No,
whole
I've heard
You're
of
not on the
softball
lacrosse team?
leagues.
Dude, I don't know anything about
You're not
lacrosse.
in
I
the-
like to watch it, though. I like to watch Rob's son's highlights. I don't know anything
Okay.
about lacrosse.
That's hilarious. But so that's where like some of the like MIDI back,
Midi
is,
back, lefty laser.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, those are all from lacrosse.
So this leads me into another question about kind of the some of these same thing. The tree. I talked with Robert when I first met him when Elder Son had first opened about the tree, and from what he told me, it had to do with something to do with his grandmother or grandparents.
Actually, like the tree was like because there's a tree like we're gonna be further down Shepherd, and so that's where the tree came from. Which if you're talking about as far as the name.
Yeah. The name
came
and
from,
the
like his dad would always introduce him as the elder son.
Okay.
So this is my elder son.
Okay,
and that's
cool.
where the name came from.
Okay, and the tree was just a tree that was on Shepherd.
Oh no, that was gonna be the tree that was like because what is it, Garden Oats, like that where like the Great Heights are.
Garden Oaks is
Or,
kind
like,
of
more
more
Shepherd,
close
like-
to where like Brash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like all that shit over there is like tree related. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but we just stuck with that logo.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I
it's
love it
really
with like
great.
the roots and all that stuff. It's really cool logo.
Oh man, yeah, like simple. So like even if you don't have the word elder, well, I don't have the tree on me.
Can you
but,
hand me that case over there? I wanted to.
This?
The thing I put the sticker on right there.
Oh.
Yeah, just hand it over. So this is what we use this to carry all the mics and the cameras in it, and we added. We didn't do City Acre, but we're going to add one City Acre. But we added Elderson, so we're going to start grabbing all the breweries we're visiting for the podcast. And
Yeah, that's
add the
our
stickers onto
baseball
this.
themed logo. No Astros because we don't know what that is. Just it's a baseball themed colors.
Okay.
So yeah, no C&D, please.
Yeah.
So,
No thanks, Rob Manford.
so what beers are? What beers is Elder Son known for? Getting my is's and r's mixed up.
You remind me of
We're
Bruce Almighty.
normally known for our hazies, but now like with the shift in the market, we're starting to brew a little bit more of a lager. So you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
and we're damn good at lagers too. You know
What would
I
you
mean?
recommend me try next?
I recommend Lights Out and Away We Go. It's our German Pilsner. That's the beer I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
Paige is like our taproom manager on Shepherd. She made this beer last year. And now it's a year-round beer. My 2-year anniversary beer was a New Zealand style hazy. It didn't get to make the cut for year-round, but Lights Out and Away We Go is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I'm going to try next.
Get it in a 20-ounce pour.
I got the Lion Lager. It's a Mexican lager.
Y'all keep going. I'm going to.
And Natsu, you can read a newspaper through.
Yeah, I always wanted to try that too. I saw y'all had cans of that to go in the to go cooler. Rice lagers are so delicious.
Oh, dude, yeah. Exactly. And
I love yeah.
I am glad they're starting to catch on.
Yeah, me too. No, they're awesome.
Because, like I said, normally we're known for hazies, but the market is dictating lagers. You know what I mean?
What was that? There was a hazy release not that long ago that y'all did that was super good. I shouldn't say not that long ago.
No, it
It's
was
been
with Valentin's Moon Trees
okay. Was there another one though that was not a collab?
for the hazy. Or,
There was a hazy y'all brewed. Or y'all-
was it the Murky Meyer series?
No, it was before Murky Myers. Anyway, it was
hazy
delicious. Are y'all?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the one with the Moon Trees. The
Oh
one with Vals.
no, not the collab.
Which one? Which hazy?
I don't know. I guess that leads me to my next question. Y'all do a lot of different hazies.
Oh, Misfit. Yeah, Incognito mode. That one was, man.
I'll have to go back and look at my stuff to see what, because I know I had. But if are y'all brewing just a lot of different hazies though? Is that kind of?
No, we were, but now like we're still gonna brew hazies, but like lagers are gonna be more of our thing now.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
on.
I noticed there wasn't any hazy
So
tap here today.
lagers take longer to make. So how does that?
Well-
Are you guys able to juggle your tank space and all that stuff pretty well?
Well, now like you still got to take your time with a lager, but like you can get them out there a little bit quicker.
There are
now.
methods.
Yeah, they are. There are secrets to the trade.
Yes, I'm aware of those methods. I'm not aware of what they are
Proprietary
because I'm not a
secrets.
brewer.
Proprietary secrets.
But I'm aware of the secrets. Yes.
Yeah, because that's you got to go where the market takes you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. I noticed
Don't
completely.
get it twisted. We'll still see a hazy, and we'll still have IPAs and all that.
But your average ABV up here is like 5.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what we pride ourselves on.
You know what? That's not bad because I gotta go to
we
Meow
want to
Wolf
keep
tonight
asses
with
in
my
the
wife.
seats. Like,
Well, we talked about this a couple weeks ago with James. We talked about the ABVs are trending down.
Yeah, we want to encourage people to drink more beer, stay at the brewery, but not go home stumbling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
So
like
like
the sound of
we
that
had a beer.
today.
we had a beer
Right.
called Golf Is On. It was like 3 and change. And it's so like crazy because like you can have a few of them and not feel bad about driving home. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Or having one of us cut you off.
Right. Yeah. No, I've definitely noticed that across the board with breweries in Houston. Is that it's just that's especially the breweries that are paying attention.
Yeah.
They're really kind of paying attention to what the market's really wanting is just a little bit lower ABV. I'm still one of those guys. I like a good like 8% IPA here and
I
there.
like a big hazy IPA, but you know what? I like everything. I
Yeah.
want to try everything.
Yeah.
But the thing about those, though, the price has to be passed on to the consumer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're trying to bring the price of beer down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, because that's kind of with all this inflation that we're dealing with. Everybody's dealing with everything, prices of
getting
everything going out of
expensive.
control. So and people still want to drink. No matter what's going on, no matter where we're at in the world, everybody's still going to want to drink. Whether it's good or bad. So
And,
you want to make it
Rob
approachable.
prides himself on like having lower APV beers because, like I said, they're approachable. You have people in your tap room longer. If you add it with a food truck, longer ticket time. So
Yeah.
lower APV beers is the way to go.
Yeah.
And then you just have the higher APV beers to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. So you were mentioning food trucks. So you have 2 locations. So you got your Shepherd location. You got your
Both
1960s
locations
location.
use food trucks?
We always have, for most of the time, we always have a food truck here.
Hmm.
And in Shepherd, we are having more food trucks as well.
Okay.
Y'all don't make any food in-house in either
Oh,
location?
no, man. That's a whole new license, whole new fees.
No, I was just curious,
More
yeah.
people to deal with.
Right.
No,
more
there's-
more red tape to deal with. Nuh-uh.
During the Murky Myers, I waited outside for a little while at the Shepherd location because I wanted to be one of the first people to get the Murky Myers. Such a good, y'all do one of the best Murky Myers, the whole series. I got to try the pizza place that's right next door.
Pepperonis, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, we kind of have, like, a relationship with them. Like, they'll just deliver the pizza next door. If somebody comes in, they'll walk it over. So it's kind of good. Like, so we'll always technically have food, but
They were really
even if we
good,
don't have a
too,
food truck.
Yeah. So because y'all's parking is a little limited, is that?
Yeah. That's one of the only drawbacks is the parking.
Is it better off to have a food vendor that it's a pop up?
You know how food trucks are, man. Like, the wind blows too hard, they're gonna cancel on you. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's good to have like a permanent food place next door
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, you're right, absolutely. Like that's what I was wondering where y'all were. I figured, like you said, Pepperonis is kind of in the same strip, or it's
Yeah,
at
it's
least
right
close
next door.
enough. Yeah,
it's right next door. So.
yeah. So that's
I don't know if
perfect.
we covered this, but you're making all the beer in this location, right?
Yeah, because I mean, on Shepherd, we're brewing out of a closet, like no bigger than this table. You know what I mean? So, but now we have like a whole. We have 4 3.5, 4 7s, one. I want to say 115 or 2 10s, or that's backwards. Or, you know what I mean?
Okay,
But yeah, far more capacity than what we had at Shepherd.
yeah,
Is
right
that
on.
more the reason y'all chose to purchase this location? And
Yeah,
Okay.
we need a bigger production
More
space.
capacity to
Yeah.
to produce, not necessarily for patrons. I mean, I guess that it's part of it. but-
Patrons are part of it, but like
Yeah.
production. We need a bigger place to
Yeah,
brew beer. You know what I
you
mean?
have hardly any space at that other spot. Yeah,
Like I said, brewing out a closet is what we were doing at Shepherd.
yeah.
Versus like now having a whole back room to brew beer at.
Do you know a little bit about the history or how Robert was connected with Southern Yankee and how this all happened? Was he connected with them at all, or was it just sort of, circumstantial?
Can we pause it right now? I want to see if I can bring Rob in that for that one right quick.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can just bring. Yeah, we'll just don't pause it.
Yeah, we don't have to pause,
Rob.
but yeah.
You got 2 quick minutes?
You want to jump in and sit next to Darnell for 2 minutes?
I just need 2 minutes. Because that'll be a good question for him to answer. They were just asking about how about Southern Yankee.
You just get in the camera angle with it.
Yeah.
Basically, like how are you connected with? Were you connected with them, or was it circumstantial with them closing, and then you,
Talk into the mic.
you wanted to jump on this spot?
No, so in my previous life, I worked in oil and gas, and one of my offices was like right around the corner, and I would come in here and I would eat on Fridays, and I would eat the sweet and spicy pepperoni pizza, and then I would have a couple of beers, and then I would go back to work.
Nice.
So that's actually one of the reasons that whenever we purchased Southern Yankee, which is actually, we're about 5 days away from the year anniversary of the purchase. Thanks. And then, but one of my main things that I wanted to do is I want to open for lunch on Fridays, right? We've had a couple of problems with food trucks, right? Trying to find a food truck that would actually, that would work for what we're trying to do. And I think that we're getting closer to that, but yeah, I mean, so I graduated from Kingwood High School in '99.
Wow, I didn't know that. Also went to Kingwood High School.
Yeah, and then I moved away, right? Like I left in '99, but my wife and I and my kids, we moved back to Kingwood in, I guess, 2012. And then we moved back into Houston in 2019, 2020, late 2019, early 2020. And yeah, it was just me working out here, right? Like one of my offices was out here, and whenever I was out here on a Friday, I would come. I had a few more pounds on me at that time. And I would sit in the corner over there. And I remember Sydney's husband. I don't think he was her husband then, though. Like, I think they were just engaged then. Maybe they were married. I don't know. Also, congratulations to Sydney. She just had her first child.
Hey, that is, big congrats.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Big congrats. But, I would sit over in the corner, and I would ask for extra hot oil for my sweet and spicy oil pepperoni pizza, and drink 3 or 4 beers, and then go back to work. And
they were known for their pizza.
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, Southern Yankee Craft House is still open down on West Alabama.
Yes.
And if you're in the area, I believe they have some Elder Sun beer on tap there.
Okay.
But they also make pizza, amazing pizza.
Great pizza. Seasonal menu.
The crispy pork belly.
Yeah.
In the summer, they serve it with watermelon.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're serving it with now, but like it is incredible.
Yeah, so my buddy Matt Baum is the chef there.
Okay,
I worked with him at Crisp in the Heights, and that dude is fucking talented.
I mean, everything they put out there, but also
he is amazing.
Really
Also,
cool place.
Yeah.
the cocktail menu is extremely creative as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a craft drinker, or if you have a friend who's not a craft drinker and y'all still want to go out, right?
Or if you want Malort, they have that too.
Yeah. They do.
I love that you come on here and you just start immediately pushing somebody else. It's kind of the message that Beer Someone wants to do.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, I mean, like y'all, it's all symbiotic because like you brew for the craft house, right?
That was the intention. I am notoriously bad at schedules, though. So hopefully at some point we can get to that. But yeah, that was the intention in the purchase. The problem is all me, but hopefully we get to
whatever
the
you're
point
doing is fine because it
where I
works
can
for
do
me
that.
because they sell a lot of Deca beer.
Yeah.
I bought some Megaton beer too.
Yeah.
Well, they buy MIDI back and Shapeshifter as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not stopping.
Yeah.
But we came into this purchase with a pretty good with a well-known core beer list, you know what I mean? So like Lefty Laser, MIDI back, Larry's Lager, Shapeshifter, Lil Belly was in there at the time. So now I got to fill 15 taps here, and I got to fill 12 taps at Heights, and then I gotta feed all the distro market as well, right? So trying to find time and trying to find fermenter rent, right? Because you pay rent on your fermenters, right?
Yeah, they're sitting there.
If they're sitting there, like you're paying rent, and like that's how you should think about it, right? So, yeah, I mean,
so if anybody has a fermenter, hit up Robert.
Yeah.
That you're not using.
No, I'm not buying anything right now. The market's pretty tough at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So like the thing about craft beer is that you have to any kind of growth right now, you really have to look at like what's the market doing, okay? And there's a reason that the non-alcoholic lines and the seltzer lines are popular, and then the Yingling Flight, is that what it's called? Yingling
Flight?
Flight,
yeah.
Flight,
Yeah,
and then
Flight, yeah.
and then Michelob Ultra has a beer that's even lighter. And
I hate to say it, I like the Flight better than just the regular Yingling.
well, have you had Yingling outside of Texas?
Yeah, once. Well, yeah, but when I first had Yingling, I had it in New York.
Yeah, so
They got that new Travis Kelce light beer, and then they have that Troy Aikman one out of Dallas.
Troy
All
Aikman's
right.
got his own line. Yeah, 8.
Yeah. 8. We
Eight,
make one
yeah.
Jason Kelsey's, it's called Garage Beer.
garage beer. That's what it was. I was
Okay.
talking to the rep the other day.
So that beer has actually been a beer for quite a while.
Has it? Okay.
Garage Beer has been a beer for quite a while. I think it's out of like Cincinnati though, isn't it?
I'm not sure I saw it.
He told me he's got like a
I could be
lime
wrong.
and just a regular
It's like
light.
3.8% up.
Yeah. So like the trends in the market are definitely moving away from what like we would historically consider craft, right? And I heard you guys talking about hazies and stuff like that. Like that's something that I'm really good at.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I've had some delicious hazies from you, yeah.
but
Yeah, I didn't
mean-
see any up there today.
I mean, so
I'm not complaining. I
Yeah.
like what I'm trying.
That means people are drinking it.
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, you can't just look at what people want. It's also like what's the turnover rate as well. You know what I mean? So you have people coming in asking you for hazies, but you know, a small batch for us is going to be 3.5 to 5 barrels, right? So so then you make that, and then it takes you 6 months, like 6 weeks to sell it, right? So like that turnover rate on that small of a batch isn't that great.
Yeah.
But then you make a nondescript German Pilsner or a rice lager, and you do 7 barrels of it, and it sells out in 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nobody talks about that. It's got zero fanfare, but the people who are coming in to drink it drink 4 of them.
Yeah, exactly. 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Examples like our beer Golf is on.
Yeah. So
Yard
Yeah.
sale, crazy.
yeah,
Right.
So like
I'm gonna have to check out a yard sale before I leave here.
Yard Sale's a good beer. It's an American lager, right? But and I should make a T-shirt that says this. Like, I'm in the business of, and this is probably going to make me enemy number 1, right? Like, I'm in the business of selling beer and not getting you drunk, right?
Yeah.
But that's sort of kind of what you gotta consider, because man, rent sucks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Utilities suck.
DUIs suck too, though.
Fucking payrolls suck.
They were touching
You know what I
on
mean?
like about how like our beers are like lower ABV beers, and that's the reason.
I just
Yeah.
cursed also. Is this
No,
a curse?
Oh,
fuck
yeah, you're
shit.
good.
Say whatever you want.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
We're all good here.
So, former Marine and worked in oil and gas. So I got a bunch of curse words in my vocabulary.
I brought up that point about like our beers being lower ABV, and that's the reason why we want you here longer.
Yeah.
I get
no,
it.
that is what
You've
I've
said it to
noticed
me
trending.
before, too.
It's not just
Well,
here.
so then if we also get on return on investment as well, right? So like the cost. So how do you lower the alcohol content in beer? It's less grain. Okay, so ROI. But also I'm very serious about trying to get back to the $5 a pint, right? And in the economic landscape that we're in right now, it's hard, right? If you get above 5%, that $5 a pint range,
yeah.
you're making it up somewhere,
You heard it here first.
right? You're either making it up somewhere,
pints.
like you're either selling a $10 or a $9 hazy.
You're making it up somewhere else.
You're
yeah.
making it up somewhere else,
Yeah.
right? But
$28 4-packs.
yeah, like we've got Lion Lager at 4.5%, Lefty Laser 4.8, Rodeo Moon, which is like a crushable wit, right? Think the other super famous Moon beer, and we came out with it during rodeo time, right? And
What
then,
could that be?
Yeah, what could that be? And then you've got Natsu Rice Lager, and then Yard Sale American Lager. So
There's so
all-
much I want to try.
What does Natsu mean?
Natsu means summer in Japanese.
Okay. Just curious.
So all of those are under 5%, and they're all like actually low 4%. So I can push those at 5% a pint.
Yeah.
And if you want a 20 ounce, $6 a 20 ounce.
Yeah.
Okay. And sort of getting back to what the thing that I was trying to do 3 years ago was open up a neighborhood brewery where you just came and you had a couple of beers, right? Without having to look and see, like, man, that was $35. I had 2 beers. It's $35. My wife or my husband is going to be pissed at me whenever they see this credit card receipt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or at the end of the month, you know, you get your credit card receipt and it's like, shit, I spent $300 at Elderson.
Yeah.
Well, maybe $200 is a little bit easier to do, right? So, like, let's get it back to the $5 pint.
Yeah.
And I think from a cultural standpoint, like, that's the culture also. It's just sitting around drinking beer.
Right.
Okay? Like, I get it. Like, we've gotten into the culture of rating beer as well with Untapped and everything like that. But, so, but, I mean,
Get your badges.
I don't, hey, like, I do look at Untapped.
Oh, yeah. Of
However,
course.
it doesn't, like, I laugh more than I get angry.
Right. Yeah.
I used
That's
to get
weird.
angry. Now, I used to get angry, but now I laugh, right? Like, the meme of, I don't really like stouts, but this one's okay. And then it's like a 2.75.
That is-
like, I used to get upset with that. Now I just laugh.
Yeah.
But also, if you're rating it, joke's on you. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I started to do
I
it.
got you
and
to
then
buy one,
I
you
was
know?
just like, why? I just want to sit here and enjoy my beer.
You know,
I don't want to
yeah.
have to always.
Yeah.
I know some people are like, I just want to check it in just to remember, like, oh, I did have that beer. Da 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 da. And I'm like,
I love people
Don't
doing
rate
it,
it
and I
then.
love them pushing my brewery when they do it. But
Yeah.
it's been 10 years. I've been into craft beer. I never created Untapped. It feels like it's too late.
yeah.
And then you have to go manually in.
I will say I got in before it became a Pokemon tab, and
You wanna
when
talk
it became Pokemon, I was like,
Okay, so let's talk about Untapped ratings real quick, and then I'm going to leave.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give the mic back to
No, for sure.
old Darnell. So,
I got more questions for now.
Untapped. All right, if you look at new breweries, all right, whenever I say new breweries within the last, like, 3 years, so me included,
Okay.
right? If you look at our overall rating, okay, so Untapped started out as what you guys are talking about. Have a beer, rate it whether I like it or not.
And that's it.
And
Yeah.
those ratings were high.
yeah,
So you see some of the breweries that are like 5 years old, 7 years old, their average ratings are going to be higher, right? But these the newer breweries,
graded on a harder scale.
if you understand the algorithm, right, is that whenever you drop a new beer, your rating on that beer is almost 80% on the first 12 ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your rating is after those first 11, 12 ratings, whatever it is after those initial ratings, it is hard for that number to move up or down. Whether you get 300 or whatever, it's set in stone right there, okay? Which is one of the reasons that every time I come out with a new beer, I actually log in and I give myself a 5. I'll be honest. I do it. And if you own a business and don't do that, what are you doing? You know?
Makes sense.
It's like
However,
liking your own Facebook post.
However, now Untapped, right? Since it's gotten more notoriety and everybody knows what it is now, it seems like the customers of the app are competing with each other on who's more strict, right?
Ah,
Right?
interesting take.
So now you get, it's a Pilsner. And hey, I'm the same way. I used to be the same way. I actually had Sydney walk up to me. I was sitting at a table over there eating lunch, and I guess so they used to have so that TV up there used to post Untap, and it had a ticker of like,
Yeah.
That's what
Of, like-
no label has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a little ticker at the bottom.
yeah,
Yeah.
of like
Check-ins.
who was checking in.
It would show their faces or whatever their avatar was.
Yeah. I didn't know what the hell that was, and I was the only dude here eating, and my check-in comes across, and I guess she looked it up, and it was a 375. So she comes over, and she's like, "Hey, so like, what would you do better about that beer?" I was like, "Oh no, I love it." And she's like, "Do you understand? You gave it a 375."
That's a good rating. It's a really good rating.
It was for me then, and I told her, I said, "You got to be aged in a barrel to get over a 4 with me." And that's the thing, is that everybody's got their own rating system.
Yeah, right.
Now I rate everything a 5 just because fuck the system, right?
But you also got people rating, be like, I don't like sours, and they order a sour, and they'll be like, this sour is too sour. And
My man.
2.
Story of my life. bud. I tell a joke. I only check my Untapped whenever I'm taking a shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's a good
Yeah.
place.
Because that's the only time that I'm going to
That it's
give
gonna give a shit. Yeah, you're gonna give a shit.
where it's worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a synergy of shit.
Hey,
Yeah.
and I joke saying that. I don't want to piss anybody off. But whenever you see a rating, it's worth you clicking on that person and seeing what their average is, right? There are many times where I get a 3.5 and I'm like, man, that's kind of low. But then you click on that person and their average is like a 3.33.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, man,
Well,
this
above that, that's all right. That's
Yeah.
run for them.
this guy liked the beer. So from an individual rating standpoint, it's great. Well, I also use it to see how the beer's selling out in the market. So like we know that we've sold this beer to this restaurant or this bar, and if they check in there, then we know that it's moving. And also if somebody makes a comment that, hey, this has like a sour taste or some sort of off taste, then I can go to that
Right. Yeah.
restaurant.
That's the
or
thing,
that
is a lot
bar
of
and
people will
check in.
just make a rating and not have any explanation. Most of them don't have explanations, and I'm like,
It's like if it takes fun, we just go or check and see if the lines black clean or something like that.
Which,
Right.
like, that's a thing. So my wife and I, we live in central Houston, and there's a place, and I won't name it, where we go and we eat brunch often on Sundays, and I'll order a beer, and it's a beer that Casey makes. It's called Space Train. One of my favorite beers in Houston, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife saw my face whenever I tried it, and she tried it, and she was like, "Are you going to talk to the manager?" And I was like, "No, that's not my place."
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a dick move, don't you think? And she was like, "No, that's your, like,
Competition.
no,
Oh.
not, no. I never use the word competition. Like,
Our peers.
Beers, okay. Better
if
word.
Space Train is selling well, it's good for everybody.
Yeah. You're saying like the line was bad and it was poor. It wasn't
Exactly.
poured well. Yeah.
Exactly. Anytime a local beer. So like, just to be a little bit clear on
Counterpart?
this.
Counterpart's a good
So anytime you walk in somewhere, and maybe I should have said something. I didn't, but
People are going to rate them based on a bad pour.
if you get a local beer, and that makes you take that local beer back and get a Modelo.
They're not coming back to the brewery.
Or no. So it's not even that. It's just think like just a little bit larger than that, right? Like they're taking a chance on that, especially if so like excuse me. So it's a local beer, and if we're being honest, 85% of people don't even know that you can go to a brewery and drink a beer.
That's facts.
Okay? So we're already fighting that. But if they see local brewery and they try that beer, they're going to lump all local breweries into this and think that only the big name brands are quality and the local are just small dudes who don't know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
You're not wrong.
And I'm not saying that like that's going to happen every single time, but why risk that, right? So what I should have done is I should have walked up and I should have been like, "Hey man, I live just around the corner. I'll clean your line now." Like, I have the shit at home. I can just do it right now. You know what I mean? But stop serving that, right? Stop serving it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean,
I see a lot of that in the industry, though, where there's a little bit of housekeeping from the other people in the industry. Like, if there's a problem with one of my beers at one of the bars that I'm selling to, one of the other reps see it, they'll traditionally give me a call or a text and let me know what's going on so I can fix it.
I mean, so there's a small pub. There's a small pub down off of Washington, and he doesn't buy from me anymore. But I used to make an ESB called Lily White because I'm a Tottenham fan, and he was a Tottenham fan, and so he would buy Lily White. He had 4 taps, so every time I swapped my keg out, it takes just as long to clean 4 taps as it does to clean 1 tap. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just cleaned all 4 of them.
Yeah.
It's going to take you what? Maybe 10, 15 more minutes, man. It takes no time.
Right. Yeah.
That's
So, like,
amazing.
Yeah, but like, man, I mean, even more macro than what I just said, right? In that, like, all local beer. If everybody in Houston only drank local beer, no breweries would ever go out of business. Okay? But I still think that, like, there's not a lot of, not a lot of people know about local beer.
No.
Okay?
We have still had Bush, one of the biggest employers in Houston,
I mean,
as far as craft beer.
your Modelo, your Miller Lite, Bud Light, Coors Light, right? Which is all great beer. I drink Coors Light all the time, and Lone Star, but because it's $9 a 6-pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to justify it.
It's $9 a 6-pack, and I'm selling my 6-packs for like $17, $18, and I'm not going to steal from myself. You know what I mean? So
You're not getting high on your own supply.
I'm not getting high on my own supply. No, but like, so my past life, oil and gas, the last 6 years, I was sales director for a drilling tools manufacturer, and I used to tell my salespeople, there's a famous study that whenever you have a negative, so say you go to a restaurant and nothing goes right, negative experience, how many people on average do you think you tell?
Average
Number of people. There's an actual study on this too.
5.
11. And how many people do you think you tell whenever you have a good experience?
More.
I would say on average it's less, but I'm
Sorry,
not
I walked away for the
the
question.
average bear. Yeah, no, I'd say
More
I
on
dole
the
out
bad
out
experience.
just as much praise, if not more, than negative. But that's personally me.
Yeah, you are a great human being.
I try to
The average is
spotlight people instead of shit on them.
the average though is that if you have a positive experience, you tell less than one person. And if you have a negative experience, you tell on average 11 people. So whenever you fuck up, you have to work 11 times harder. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like whenever you think about like who you're hiring as your taproom manager or just to serve beer or something like that, right? Like that's something that you can't take lightly. You have to hire people that are likable, like this guy, that are going to stand at the bar, have conversations, right? And then you really have to think about who's representing you out in the market as well, just like any other
Even when
company.
they're just out and about at other breweries, other bars.
Well, that's
Right.
what me and
doing their
Casey
thing.
kind of do. We
Right.
go to all these different places. We talk to all these different bars.
Right.
They have a lot of options. There's a lot of breweries in Houston. What, like 70 plus breweries?
Yeah, it's fucking-
They
Right.
can pick anybody. And if we're not taking care of them, why would they order beer from me when they could order beer from somebody else that's going to take care of them?
Exactly. And how hard does Coors Light have to work? It's a 60.
They don't have to work at all. They're giving away rodeo tickets. Their beer's cheaper than anybody else.
It's a $65 half barrel, man. Know what I mean? Mm-hmm. At that price, you don't have to work.
Yeah.
Dude, like, water's 12 cents a gallon, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how they're making money. I was talking to somebody
$65
yesterday.
half barrel. Is
it's
that
$65. It's volume.
Yeah.
Enormous volume. That's all this business is. It's just enormous volume. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, exactly my point, right? And so that's why I go back to whenever EP bought Brash, great for local beer. Great for local beer. Robbie and Vince made a great product. Vince still makes a great product.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you got to keep that alive. The more local products that are high end, that are get people to drink local beer, the more that it helps everybody. Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like whenever the Yankees are good, it's good for Major League Baseball, right?
Yeah.
Whenever the Yankees suck, there's a lot of people that aren't going to fucking watch baseball.
Yeah.
Right? And it's kind of like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Whenever St. Arnold's, whenever they come out with a hazy, guess what? We all sell a shit ton more hazies, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. It's like you cleaning lines. You know, if you're cleaning lines of your own beer,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, there's 3 other taps. You know, I can clean these other lines, and then people are now all of a sudden drinking, you know, percentage more beer than they were drinking because they don't know why, but they're fucking like, oh, I'm having 4 of these instead of 2.
It's crispy
And
as
I don't
hell.
really know why. It's just, the lines must have been clean, but they don't know that sometimes. They
By
just
the way, this is great.
buy more.
Natsu?
No. It was which one did you recommend to me to Darnell?
The German?
Was it lights out or?
It was Lights Out.
We ran out of lights
Yeah.
out. He got the last lights out. I think
Oh, shit.
I think you're drinking Natsu.
I'm drinking Natsu.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
Well,
gonna
it's
get
very
the-
good. I didn't know.
I was
Yeah.
going to get the lights out after this, but this is the Mexican lager.
Newspapers and that thing is clear. That's all.
Okay, so great example.
Delicious, too.
Great example. We had a taproom only keg in the back of Lights Out, which is our German Pils, and I put it on tap, and I tried it because that's new keg. You always got to try it, and it was actually oxidized.
Oh.
So I had to pull it off. Yeah.
Damn.
So we're out of Lights Out.
Sorry
But
to
we
hear
still have Yard Sale. We still have Lion Lager. We still have Lefty Laser. I mean, there's still lagers up there to
I'm
have.
going to wet myself. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right
Yeah, I think we could take a break right
Natsu's
now.
great. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on, Robert.
thank you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hell
Thanks.
yeah, dude. Like, that
was fun.
You got the boss fan, bro.
Hello, and welcome to Spider Games. A few years ago, I started selling a couple video games on eBay. Now I'm selling video games of all generations, retro toys, and anything I think's cool. I'm a top-rated seller because I package well and I take care of my customers. Check out my store on eBay. It's called Spider Games. Do you have any old video games sitting around? I buy video games of all generations, and I pay better than the game stores. If you do, email me at spidergamesebay@gmail.com.
I'm also known as DJ Sino. You can find me at least a couple of different breweries or craft beer bars throughout the month hosting the best music bingo in all of Houston. We'll be sharing those shenanigans right here on the Beer Someone Podcast.
F your liver, the game that will have you salute the general, and then say the alphabet backwards, and then elect the president, and then bust a move, and then throw a ninja star, and then shoot your finger gun, and then roar like a T-Rex, and then freeze like ice, and then karate chop, and then bust a rhyme, and then bet on a horse race, and then spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and then make your buddy laugh. Don't touch the ground because the floor is lava. Tell a story. Eat my lips. Just grab 3 to 20 friends, a drink of your choice, shuffle and flip the top card, and let the chaotic hilarity unfold. F your liver, a game worth drinking to.
Okay, we're back with the Beer Someone podcast. We got Darnell here,
Woo!
and we're gonna play a quick little round of F Your Liver, just a little mini version of F Your Liver.
Just a little mini shenanigans.
Yeah, it's a local Houston-made
bit.
drinking card game. It's available at fyourliver.com and on Amazon.
Go buy it.
Yeah, you should buy it right now. We're not being sponsored by F Your Liver. We just love it, right?
You know,
way
you have your phone in your hand. Go ahead and get it.
That way you
just
can
do
buy
that.
Chris more beers.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm gonna let Casey draw the first card, and can you show the card and then I guess read it? Put the
Whoa.
Casey threw the card across the room.
It like jumped right out of my hand. Thanks. Sorry.
I did not look at the
Okay,
card.
let's try that again.
All right. Are we on? Can you read it?
You can read it.
Last time I got like too close. I was like, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Categories.
Okay.
The player who pulled this card will choose a category. Could be types of candy, states, etc. And the next player has to say something from the category. This will continue until a player repeats a word or cannot produce one. The loser drinks.
Run that by me one more time.
So it's a category thing. So I pick up a category.
It's like a King's Cup categories.
We did breweries last time. Let's do beer styles.
Beer
Oh
style.
man.
Beer styles.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
and then so I'll start off. Kolsch,
Lager,
Pilsner.
IPA,
porter,
Can we say variants of
Anything,
okay.
yeah.
Hazy IPA.
milkshake, IPA,
brown ale,
West Coast IPA.
Belgian double,
Heffenweizen,
Session IPA.
strong ale,
Doppelbock,
Sour.
Marson,
Oh no! Not, somebody already said Pilsner, right?
I don't know. I
said
lost track.
Pilsner. I said that was the first one I said.
Okay, I don't know.
I was about to say Scottish Red Ale, but because I know that's your favorite to make.
Or Tripale,
There you go.
Are we giving that? Okay. Farmhouse Sour.
Berliner Weiss. You said sour.
Duple. I think that's right. The double
Ooh, I like it. That inspired me.
Golden Ale.
Schwarzbier.
barley wine,
Coffee beer.
Ooh, that was fast. Oatmeal stout.
Rausch beer,
Oh my god.
Oh,
Fucking A. Okay, I'm gonna drink.
did anybody say Hefeweizen?
yeah, I just say half.
Oh, did you?
Okay.
Like last one, yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Which is
That
ironic.
went a while.
That's
way
the
back.
That
beer-
went a while, yeah,
That's
that
the
was
beer
good.
I drink the least. Just a
that
half.
was longer than the brewery one.
Yes, we did one, and Casey
I was just
immediately said St. Arnold.
Well, so James said St. Arnold, and then it went around one like circulation, and then when it went back around, I said St. Arnold, and he was like, I already said that, and I was like, I was literally like tuned him out and was just trying to think of another brewery.
let's
Was
do
it
it
just
the
a-
other way. Read the card and then show the card to it. That's probably a better way to do it.
All right, asshole. Everyone has to drink except for you, and you get to draw another card. All right. Awesome.
Can you show the card to
Oh, yeah,
your
absolutely.
camera?
All right, I'm drinking now.
Can you put it on him? Yeah, you just see the liver's butthole right there.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Okay, I got a drink.
Looks like some cheeks right there. A little bit of butt cheek action. No big deal.
Spreading the cheeks.
Okay, you get to draw another card.
High noon. Every player must turn their hand into a gun, count to three as a group, and point it at someone. The player with the most people pointing at must drink.
Unless we all point at different people.
All right, so get your guns in your pocket. You got your guns.
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
3.
Boom.
Yep. That's exactly. I think in this case we all drink.
I'm down with that. I'm okay with that. Cheers.
Cheers.
I was actually about to. Yeah. All right. Cheers.
All right,
Okay.
with it.
Shit.
And then I'm going to draw one more F Your Liver card. Let's see. LOL. Starting with the next player, you have a few seconds to make the card puller smile. If you can't, move on to the next player, and so on. If the card puller smiles, they must drink. If not, everyone else must drink. And it's a clown. And all the artwork's done by local artist Jack Duke.
Okay.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to make you laugh
have
or smile?
Like 5 seconds to make me smile.
5 seconds? Okay.
Or just a period of time.
I don't know. I don't know.
Make sure you put it on
I'm not
me
good
so
at
they
this.
could
I'm
see
not
me
funny.
smiling.
I'm not good. I'm just gonna stare at you intently. I'm not good at this.
Oh, he almost got me with the Jeopardy.
With the yeah. That was like I was gonna say that's in my favor for sure, helping me out. All right, I lose. I
Casey
lose. I
failed.
drink. Yeah.
Darnell? I just spit beer everywhere.
Oh, nope, that didn't work.
Well, I think
Go
y'all-
Cowboys.
Doing it.
I
Yeah.
think I'm stone cold over here.
I'm not like be funny. I can't do that. Like when I'm like make a weird orgasmic sound. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
I'm not
know.
that hard to laugh. I'm pretty easy.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Brandon's easy.
Brandon is easy, ladies.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife that.
I was gonna say he's yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for everybody playing F Your Liver. That was fun. Yeah, did y'all drink? Y'all did.
I drank.
You
I've drank several sips
good,
of this.
good.
This is
Yeah,
the
mine
Natsu.
has a dent in it.
Good.
This is the Japanese lager that I was told I need to drink this. So and I am, and it's
I
delicious.
am drinking the 409 Skyline, a session IPA.
What am I drinking?
You are probably drinking the Natsu.
What did you get me, Chris?
Yep.
Natsu. Okay. These are
Yep.
both Natsus. Very cool.
Natsu, which means
Summer
summer.
in Japanese.
Yeah.
We hope so.
We hope. Yeah. we
Please
hope
don't
it's-
cancel us.
Yeah.
We think it means that.
Yes.
It means steel
We
pipe
mean it in
or
good
some
spirits.
fucking. All right, so we're gonna circle back around to what did we talk about? We're gonna talk about
Just how like we can, just like if you're somebody watching this podcast, how can you, or listening to this podcast, how can you contribute to Houston having as many breweries as they have now? Like, what can you do to support your local brewery to make sure we don't have any more closures or any of our friends losing their job or something like that? Because that shit's devastating. You don't want to go to a brewery after they announce they're closed and then everybody shows up. Like, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, support your breweries while you can, while they're there. Go there, meet the staff, tip, bring your kids. Just
you don't have to go in there like oh, I gotta go buy a case of beer.
No, not at
And I
all.
gotta go. No,
gotta buy a
just
t-shirt.
go visit and have a couple of beers.
Yeah.
and then but try to make that part of your routine. Like stop in there on a certain day, like or if your weekends are your thing, like Saturday, like hey, we stop by there and then we go get our groceries or whatever.
like I say, even if you have kids, like we're all
After church,
like
get
Yeah.
beer.
I'll say 99.9 of us are kid friendly. You know what I mean? Even brass, you can bring your kids to brass. You're just gonna have to listen to some heavy metal. But
Yeah,
you can
there's
bring
a-
That's
Yeah.
why I started going to breweries.
Yeah.
Day drinking with my kids.
and it's like, hey, it's all good. No, we're just doing research. We're doing market research.
So that's an interesting, just a little side, on a side topic because you brought up kids and breweries, and that's an interesting one because there's a lot of, I would say, debate. There's debate online that we've seen about kids and breweries, and I will die on this hill. I've said it before because I stay fairly quiet on the beer pages. But I pop up every once in a while, especially when I feel like it's necessary. And in this argument, I feel like it's this. If you want these breweries to exist and continue to exist and be available to you to come and visit, you need to be able to be okay with them allowing kids at their brewery. With everybody, with a lot of these breweries dropping like flies, places closing down, even the breweries that are open, everybody's feeling some of this struggle. And so you need as many patrons as you can.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that allowing kids is not keeping people away. I don't think you're losing business.
Because like you can't take your kid to a bar or something like that. You know
Right.
what I mean?
You can't, but you can to a brewery.
Right.
Exactly. Like either mom takes one for the team that day and she's a DD, or dad's the DD for that day. You know what I mean? Like we have a joke called elder babies. Like there were so many couples that had kids through Elderson, and now we're seeing kids like 1 to 2
watching them
years
grow
old.
up. Yeah.
And they've all come through the brewery. So like, I mean, of course, kids are gonna fuck up from time to time. They're kids. They don't know any better.
Right.
And as long as the parents are just like there to like, okay, we're gonna clean up everything. It's all good. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've done most of my kids' birthdays at breweries. I have twin daughters. They're turning 7 in March, and we're doing their birthday at New Label on the 3rd.
Yeah.
The first birthday we did at Backpew, and at the time we were talking about.
And they got to run around, play, wear themselves out, and by the time you get home, you got sleepy kids and mom and dad, and shebang.
They got giant
Everybody's
Jenga,
happy.
giant
everybody,
all the giant games.
The kids are happy. Mom and dad can do some relations. It's just a win-win for everybody.
The other people that you invited to the party, they're happy. They're like, oh hell yeah, it's at a brewery. Like,
yeah,
sweet.
exactly.
We're not just going to somebody's backyard and awkwardly standing around talking.
It's like
to
when
each
you
other.
have kids, things change. Like you can't go out and hang out at bars like you did, but you can go to a brewery and have a few beers and go home by 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
Your life's not over just because you had kids.
But you also
don't
have
have to go to the bar,
though.
but you can still go to your local brewery and support and have a great time.
With
Great
watching
memories.
kids, because I think that's a lot of times whenever we start to get into these topics I'm mainly talking about when it gets brought up in our craft beer Facebook groups that we're in. It gets brought up, and the main thing that a lot of people harp on is they're like, it's the parents that aren't doing anything about their kids. They're letting them walk on the bar or whatever.
Because like
as
most
well.
of the time, parents are on there watching their kids. You know what I mean? That's an outlier.
Right? Yeah, and
Not enough to where like, all right, we're never having kids again.
I've stopped my kid from doing things like, hey, you can't throw the rocks. I know that there's nobody behind you, but you can't do this. You can't do. There's certain things you just gotta. You can't. Don't bang on the arcade game.
We'll use Senate Avenue as an example. They used to have a rock pit, and they realized, okay, kids sometimes throw rocks and break the window.
Yeah.
So they changed the rocks to like rubber or to mulch, but they still wanted to have kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's ways you can still have kids or hit the altar something. So be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because parents want to spend money, but they don't want to necessarily want to go to bars.
Right.
And I mean, most of these food trucks have kids meals.
Oh, they have
There's
chicken
just
tenders and
activities
all that.
for
Oh,
kids to do.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Board games, Megaton. We got video games for the kids to play. A lot of things like.
I've met parents who have kids that even like the brewery, like say it was in Genius when I worked there, that meant something to them. That they were like, oh, I get to go to this cool place. And Genius was kind of fun for kids, too, because we had the pink and green lights, and it was a little
retro Ninja Turtles game.
Arcade games. And so, like, but they would sit at the table and play, like, maybe it was a board game or whatever they were playing with their parents, or they could go outside and play cornhole. They would have an experience. And I had one of my buddies, Chris Weibelt, his daughter drew a picture for the brewery, and we posted it up behind the tap room.
Imagine putting that on the can art. You know what I mean? Like, other parents can be like, oh,
that would be
like
pretty
that's
cool.
cool. Yeah, and it's like
cool.
that meant something enough to her for her to like spend time and make a piece of art and then give it to us for us to hang up. And I was like, yeah, absolutely.
I can't tell you how many parents because we'll open early for parents, so they want to have like their kid's birthday party, but they don't want to be there with the regulars. We'll open up an hour or so early so we can accommodate them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, like
that's
I said,
great. That's good to know.
We have so many elder babies, dude. Like I think like 5 or 6 couples that have had kids through elder son.
So for any parents,
elder
babies, bro, it's trademark. Don't steal that.
Any parents out there are about to be parents, remember you could do your child's first birthday party at a brewery. They're not going to remember it anyway.
Yeah. 100%. That was my
so
mindset
it's like when people are like, why are they having a baby? Because I ain't going to remember it.
Yeah, the kids they can run around. We'll close the gate. They can run around, go crazy, and the parents can have a few adult beverages and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they're pretty
absolutely
accommodating. I do work at Megaton, but last year Megaton, while they were open, let me bring in a Disney princess, and we hired one. I think it was like $200 for like an hour and a half or something, and they showed up and did their whole thing.
Yeah.
You create memories for your kids, and you can have an IPA.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Yeah. Now I've seen breweries do like pictures with Santa, stuff like that. That's kind of cool. It's like
or the Grinch now.
Think about it. You're like, okay, I really want to do this traditional thing. My parents did it. They used to always get me in the picture with Santa. I want to do this with my kids. How can I do this and it not suck? Like going to the mall and standing in line for an hour or however long it takes.
Do it at a brewery.
And do it at a brewery where you can literally probably just take a number. They call your number up, and then you're just like, oh, that's fine.
We're not going to charge you a few $100s to take a picture of Santa.
Right.
So we do Christmas in July too. So like you can take a picture with Santa in July.
Yeah. That's
fucking
cool.
Yeah. Then we have like a special stouts that come out for Christmas in July. Paige's dad he's like 6'8", and so he's like our Santa.
Mm-hmm. That's badass.
And he loves kids, so like
hell yeah.
Christmas in July, kids love it.
That's cool.
So a lot of like sessionable stouts, 4.5%.
So
yeah, kids and breweries, like, yeah. it's A-okay, you know what I mean? 'Cause I mean,
Right.
that's who we're catering to. 'Cause I mean, we're all getting older. We're all going to have kids, like, and craft beer is like for like, what, 30, 40, 50-ish crowd?
Yeah. You know, and if kids being present in a tap room is going to deter some individual to not maybe have like 2 or 3 more of that, 10% barrel age, whatever.
Yeah.
If it's going to slow them down from getting wasted, I'm
be
all
it.
for that too.
So be it.
Because like you don't need to come to a brewery to get wasted.
No.
And if the existence of the kids at the brewery is going to keep you in line a little bit,
That's perfect.
fine.
I mean, if
We're
you want
okay
to
with
go,
that.
you want to get wasted, that's what you go to the bar for.
You go to the
We're-
bar for that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
absolutely.
a brewery. We're here to make fun beers for you to enjoy
Yeah.
responsibly.
Right. Absolutely. So you were bringing up Christmas in July, and that kind of I don't think we've talked anything about events that you guys have going on at the locations.
As far as events for March, we have Brouhaha at Moon Tower. Shout out Tommy.
Woo!
Tommy's like, yeah, make sure you squeeze
Yeah.
that in there.
Yeah.
We'll be there
And-
too. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we
we'll be there.
have Lagerfest in Conroe at Foss. Is it Foss or
You're gonna be
Foss?
at
Foss.
Foss.
Foss. Yeah. Deca will be there.
So go see Casey. Go see Darnell at Lagerfest. Come see all 3 of us.
We'll
at the
probably have
Brouhaha
tents
on the
right
8th.
next to each other. You know what I mean?
That would be
Shenanigans.
great. Yeah. No, that'd be awesome. When we had our tents together at the Stout Fest.
Oh,
that
man.
was cool.
But we didn't drink any stouts, though, for the record. we were just drinking Pilsners.
We had
I was
we had a
drinking
lot of.
stouts.
We had to be on our P's and Q's. So
I did try a few stouts that day, but it was funny because I took video of me drinking all these stouts and I posted them. And I went to somebody's like, yeah, I saw all those samples you had. I was like, oh, I didn't drink all that.
No,
I took a sip and poured the rest out.
dude, like a
I would have
swallow
been
of
wrecked.
that.
I would not have been able to leave in that van.
Oh no, dude! Like no.
Yeah.
Like we stuck to Excalibur Pilsners.
That was delicious, by the way. Excalibur's. You or Cody went and got a 4-pack, and whatever y'all got was a German lager and it was delicious.
Oh, dude, yeah, delicious. So like, shout out to Excalibur as well.
Had just like a little hint of like just I don't know apple cider kind
it
of
was
something,
delicious,
and it
man.
was like man, shit's
When
good.
you're around like 10% beers, like a nice 4 and change lager.
Yeah, it was nice. That was a beautiful day too. It was a really nice
But
day.
yeah, like as far as like the Lagerfest and Brouhaha, you got to get to Brouhaha. Like if you are a
So
craft
much
beer
fun.
lover,
Locals only. Or
like
is it mostly.
It says
locals
mostly
only?
locals because I think he has some people from out of
some
town.
localish now. But
Yeah.
Are y'all doing the full day? I know I'm doing the. full
we'll be
day.
there all day. Yeah.
All
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
okay,
Because I usually stay and just listen to the music as well. So like until we
Yeah.
run out of beer, we're there.
okay, cool. That's
Yeah,
what's
he
up.
wants it to go a little bit later with the breweries because he wants beer to be there while the music's
right?
playing.
Yeah.
We like even when we run out of beer, I'll still be there to hang out with the rest of the industry because like it's one of the coolest. It's like one of the best.
It's my favorite
industry
one.
things ever. Like once like we stopped serving beer and we were able to share beer with each other. Oh man, it's great. It makes you love the industry.
Love the industry.
Oh man, absolutely. Like it's fucking the best.
You think me and Casey could do a podcast up there? A beer
Oh,
somewhere?
absolutely. You know what I mean?
I think that's what the plan
think
is.
we're-
Yeah,
As
I
long
think
as it's
that's
not
a-
too windy like it was last year when everything was fucking blowing away.
The trees.
Yeah, man, we didn't have a tent, so we were awesome. We were just out there with our jackets.
It does
You
get
didn't have a
windy
tent
over
last
there.
year?
No, because like it was just too windy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
been
we were
going.
good to go.
So they have quite a few bands on their flyer. I was just looking at Fusca, Travis Cole's Hellbent, Honky Tonk.
Wasn't there last year? There was a Latin band that like did covers of music and stuff like that. Like I can't, but
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a Latin band. They would do like covers of different music genres. So it's well worth it. Good food.
Yeah,
good
there's
beer.
several
Do you know
bands
what
playing.
beer you're bringing out there?
That I don't know.
Okay. Sorry.
No, I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's gonna be some lager, probably a lager and an IPA if I had to guess.
Okay.
Or I mean, it might be cold, so we might bring a milk porter or something like that. So
You got something else?
Sorry, I was responding to my wife. I had to.
hey man, happy wife, dude. Like hey, you have it all
she needs
good.
an answer from me right now
Yeah.
about something. So no, she does. She definitely does. So I need to answer her back. But as far as like these events, I know you guys do a Run Club event every Tuesday at the other location.
Yeah, at Shepherd every Tuesday at 6:30. We have like multiple routes, It's a good time. I need to get out there because I got this gut to lose. So and a half marathon to train for. But like, they're dedicated runners, man. They're pretty badass. Like you get $2 off every Elderson beer.
Right on.
If you run.
Yeah, you don't have to be a part of their club, right? You can just show up.
Oh, just show up.
Yeah.
And run though.
Yeah, you have to run. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You have to. You can't. Just
I mean,
drink.
you can walk. I mean,
Can I walk
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
drink and just? I'll catch you up eventually.
I mean, even though, like I said, they're back to the elder babies. There's a few moms that have their strollers and stuff like that. And they're
I'll
walking
walk
with their
with
kids. Yeah. And so every Tuesday.
Do you have any events coming up at Under the Radar? Maybe we should know about.
Under the radar. Not yet, but I want to inform y'all on the progress that they're building a new building. So,
Really?
Yeah. So we were talking about owning the land earlier. So now Under the Radar, their new building, they're going to own the land.
Okay.
And so it's currently in process being built. And if you ever try to build a brewery, you know how permitting and all that shit goes, and trying to get that shit done. But yeah, Under the Radar, they're gonna have a new building and no more swampy outside
Really?
summers. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
That's
Exciting.
exciting, man.
Oh yeah, because I mean, Paul is like he's making great beer. He's out there busting ass. So shout out to Paul. At Under the
They're
Radar.
living up to that name though, Under the Radar. They
Oh,
definitely
man.
operated under the radar from day one.
Man, like if
they're
I had
still-
a nickel for every customer that said, "Hey, you guys are truly under the radar,"
Yeah.
I'd probably own a brewery.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it is very secluded. If you walk by it, you
would
can
never know.
Yeah, you can
You would
miss
never
it
know, like,
easily.
It's a very cool spot.
Yeah, it's super
and
cool.
Like I said, with Paul brewing the beer, they're going in the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Hell yeah. Well, as far as events go, that's really so. You guys, y'all have a music bingo coming up here. I think y'all just are starting to do that on Fridays.
We were doing it, but like now we're kind of looking for a new vendor to take care of it because the previous person was.
Okay, Casey.
Oh yeah, like hey, my boss is right over there, so
So that's what I do.
yeah, that would be great. So I mean, I'm looking right at the man right now. So.
Yeah. Well, in a little bit, I'll go and see what's up with that.
Maybe have some Casey at Elderson
Yeah,
Brewing
I
out
would
here,
love to do it here. I would absolutely love it. I mean, I already do it at Back Pew once a month, at City Acre once a month, and I just it's kind of it's spreading. I'm starting to do it at equal parts too, and got even my buddy who he sponsors it through Pet Suites. He's wanting me to do like apartment complexes and stuff like that. So it's doing really well. But I would love to do it here, man. So I'll talk to Robert about that. Yeah,
we'll get that. We'll get that taken care
I
of.
saw it
would
on
be
the
really
on
cool.
the
Yeah,
board.
because Stacy was usually hosting it. So like,
Yeah,
you want to do it, man? Like that, we love to have it.
and I don't have those single bingo prices. I got those. I do this shit on my own prices.
Well, very cool.
Anything to make people have more fun while they're drinking a beer, we're all for.
That's the whole point. You want to
Yeah.
keep them here and make them want to stay and have a good time. Absolutely, that's the
Like I
point.
said, if I'm not at my own brewery, I'm at somebody else's.
Yeah. Yeah. So, which part of town do you live in?
I live in Third Ward, like right outside of downtown.
Okay.
So like Equal Parts, Under the Radar, and True Anomaly are the breweries that are closest to me.
Okay.
Okay.
But
And
you
Frost.
are all over the place. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
go to a lot of events and
I try to travel as much as I can. Like
Yeah.
I say, like just supporting your local brewery.
yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, that's what's up.
And I get to hang out with you degenerates, so it's fucking awesome. you know?
Exactly.
It's been so much fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I would
We-
have never met you guys if I wasn't working in the industry, so I'm forever grateful for that.
I've
you know
met
what I
some of the best people in this industry, like the absolute best people. Like it's insane. That's kind of what the
I
kinda-
can't remember
mean? 'Cause I
exactly.
hate to bring up the Genius, but like the last day in Genius, when like just all the people are in the back room, seeing all the industry people that came up to support it. You know what I mean? Like that. That's what gave me hope. Like, and I knew you and James were gonna be AO fucking K.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that was a crazy experience to have lived through, and it got to have the chance to experience it. It was awesome. It was great, but it afforded me the opportunity to meet so many great people like you, like James, and like all these other people that I've come into contact with from being there. That's how I met you. You know, you doing markets with F Your Liver and stuff like that, man.
Yeah,
It
I
was
doing
fucking
markets
awesome.
in Genius you're one of the breweries that gave us an opportunity at the beginning to even get to do it.
Yeah, and whenever y'all were like, "We're coming," I was like, "Hell yeah," because y'all were always, you know.
And that's, like I said, that's the fucking cool thing about this industry is like fucking we all are trying to fucking row in the same boat. You know what I mean? We're all rowing down we're rowing against the current right now, but
Yeah.
we're all still rowing.
Right.
I think everybody at this table is going to make it. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, it is interesting to see where this industry's taking us, though, because it's on a wild ride.
And like I said, we got to meet people like even out of state. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
forging those relationships outside of Texas, where you can go to like another state and feel comfortable going into somebody's tap room. I mean, that's just invaluable.
But I know what you mean. Like, it's not just like walking in and being welcomed. It's like being treated like family.
Yeah, it's like, shit. Yeah.
It goes deep. And like, when I first experienced that, I was kind of a little overwhelmed. Like, I was like, wow, I don't think I'm somebody, but they treat me like I am.
I am not shit. I am a normal fucking person.
They're treating me like I'm somebody.
But you both are beer someones. 100%.
That is a fucking great way to fucking put that in there, man.
For sure. And it's funny, and I don't know when we met or how long we've known it. It's been a couple years.
It's been a couple years for you.
I want to say it was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I walked in under the radar, and I said, Darnell, I'm going to do a podcast, and you're going to be on it. I don't know when it's going to be, but whenever that does happen,
I didn't know that happened.
It did. It was probably like 2 years ago.
That's pretty cool.
Finally, this is
shit!
happening.
It has been like 2 years ago, man.
Yeah,
fucking hey.
The time has
I've
flown.
been wanting to do this forever. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh
today.
no, dude! Like,
Yeah,
I cannot wait to see who y'all interview next, dude. Like, it's gonna be, you guys gonna be a-okay, man. Like,
Thanks.
we lost Drink of Ages. Like, What's Up in the Cup is like working their way back.
Mm-hmm.
We need a voice about craft beer. We need you guys on the radio.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you guys are gonna be a-okay.
Appreciate
so like
it.
And
we
we want
appreciate what
this-
you guys are doing. Like you bring a knowledge to the like that other people don't have, and a knowledge and an understanding of the industry, and a certain bit of empathy too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's kind of the thing is like we know where we're at in this industry right now. We kind of know where we are.
We're all a little scared.
And everybody's a little, so we're doing what we can, doing our part to kind of spotlight the people that need to be spotlighted and also introduce it to not just the people who are already into craft beer.
Absolutely.
This isn't like a club that you need to be.
No, this is not an exclusive club. Like fucking, you don't need to know like what hops are in it. Like you just need to know. All right,
Just
this
be
beer
interested.
tastes
That's
good
not
to
what
me.
this podcast is about.
Yeah,
It's
this
not
beer,
what goes into making a
this
beer.
beer tastes good to me, and I like it, and that's
And that's why we want to get some of this stuff out to you want to call them laymen, whatever, like people that are just like a little like maybe novice to this. They don't maybe
I mean,
understand
we were
the
all
industry.
there. Like I remember, I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at in the menu, and now I help brew beer, and like I understand, but
Right.
that's a privilege, and so like you just gotta understand. All right, just do it for the layman,
Yeah.
because you can find fucking tons of podcasts of all right. This is what the hops are in the beer. This is what yeast goes in it. But like the average person doesn't hear that shit.
Right.
They want to hear about experiences.
Yeah.
And why they should come to your brewery or why they should drink craft beer.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, craft beer is an experience.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely, man. And I think that's not just about the beer itself, too. It's like kind of like what all this is about as far as community and the events that we do, bolstering, like vendors, like how we met, trying to spotlight vendors at a market and things like that. We're all about trying to push that community aspect, and I think that's like a big part of the craft beer
Because
industry.
you always forget about the beers you ordered, but you won't forget the memories you had.
Right.
That's what I try to do whenever I'm at Megaton. I'm not at Megaton a whole lot. I'm mostly out in the wild, but if I can grab somebody who hasn't been to Megaton before and give them that experience, that just
Because it's an
opens-
experience. That's
Yeah.
what craft beer is.
create an experience for them that they're going to remember and take home with them, and they'll be like, you know what, I had such a great time. I want to go again.
Yeah. No, it's a good feeling. Like whenever you get some of those people that they don't know shit about it, but they're so interested, and they're like all of a sudden they have somebody like, oh, Brandon took us to the back and showed us like,
Oh, dude, like
just looking at tanks is cool.
Whenever we have
cool.
our shit cleaned up, like I have no problem going back there and showing them like, hey, here's how the magic happens. Here's our fermenters. Here's our boil kettle. Here's how everything works. You know what I mean? Like, and for them, that's like, oh shit, like they feel like exclusivity. It's like, damn, this guy's taking time out of his day to show me shit that normally other people don't get to go back.
And a lot of people are curious about it, but they don't. They either don't know or they're too like apprehensive to ask or whatever.
They'll ask the question like, "Oh, you guys brew the beer here?" Because they just like said, it's just they're just ignorant to the process, which is not a slight. It's just
right
because we were all there at one point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's absolutely it. Yeah, people just don't know. But it's like, so you guys don't do official tours, right?
Oh no, but like like I said, as long as the back room is clean and everything, like we'll go back there and show them like, hey, here's the fermenters, like here's how we brew, like
that's how
here's
it was
the
at
grain.
Ingenious,
You know what I mean? Because some days we just don't have it. You know what I mean? It's not there. But like
Cody's like that at Deca too. Every once in a blue moon, he gets somebody starts a conversation and they start rolling. He's like, you know what? Come on back. I'll show you.
Like
when I roll the door back. And,
Cody's one of the people that when I first got in the industry as well, like showed me back there. He's like, all right, you want to brew? Like, all right, go ahead and start stirring this shit.
Yeah, I saw y'all's photos. Yeah. So I went on the Crafty Brothers Facebook page and I was scrolling through the photos, and y'all had done a collab with Cody and Jeff from Deca.
No. We did What's Up in the Cup did a podcast with him.
Oh, okay.
And so we just went back there, and he was like, happened to be brewing. He's like, all right, you want to see how hard this shit is?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Here's a question I don't think we asked today. How many breweries have you like got back there in the tanks and done some work with?
Like as far as like collabs?
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Ghost Note in Dripping Springs, Wongwan, RP to them in Denver. Under the Radar here, Valencin's, so probably right around 10 or so. You know what I mean?
Okay,
fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
awesome. So every time you brew, you probably learn something. You just always kind of you learn something from these different brewers.
Everybody's system is different.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Everybody's system.
What's
is
the biggest batch you've done, or biggest operation you've worked on?
Probably here. Like I think we did like a seven barrel batch of like Shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
So
heard
it's like a double batch.
as a person who's never brewed before, I've heard a lot of different things about how difficult it is to scale up. And
man, like that's why like Rob tells me all the things I learned from home brewing more or less don't really translate to professional. I mean they do, like you're learning the basic ingredients, learning about pH and all that shit, but like scaling up to professional is like a whole different game. Like you're actually using professional equipment and not igaloos and shit.
Right. Yeah, but it's not like doubling up on your ingredients like in baking or something. It's a science that goes beyond. Yeah.
Because then you're working with the acids and all you need to your minerals and all that to get the pH right. So it's a lot more complicated than home brewing.
Yeah.
And with home brewing, you can fucking dump a batch and not think about it.
Yeah.
If you dump a batch here, like
right,
you're definitely thinking about it. It's like fuck,
that's money being spent.
That is money going down the drain.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So do you get into the kind of scientific aspect of it? Is that something like you really are you a science driven?
Reading the hops book was easy. Reading the malt book was easy. Water and yeast. Oh man, have you tried to? Because there's a series of books. I can't remember who makes it, but you have your hops, your water, your yeast, and your malt. But the yeast and the water books are fucking good luck.
A little in depth.
Yeah, that is when it gets to your chemicals and all that shit like that. And
yeah.
But I'm trying to learn the science of it because like you want to know what you're doing back there. You want to know the why for what you're doing.
Right. Yeah. I know right now if I ever got into brewing, I obviously we have to pay attention to a certain percentage of it, but I'm just not a scientific minded person. That's one of the things about me.
I am a liberal arts major, so I have no science in my background. I am a poli-sci.
Yeah, let's say you graduated from Texas State University.
Yeah, with
poli-sci.
Poli-sci.
I saw that. Yeah.
Minor in philosophy.
You know, my daughter, my
Really?
oldest, just got accepted into Texas.
She's gonna be a bobcat. Eat them up, man. She's gonna have a good time, man. I swear to God, she will.
That's what's up, man. When did you graduate?
14.
Okay.
I was like a super senior. I had way too much fun there.
As one can have at that school.
Van Wilder?
I was very much Van Wilder.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Van Wilder to a T. So
Hell yeah.
Shout out Texas State Bobcat.
Party liaison.
I could see that.
I was there a very long time. The first 3 years were not fun. 1 year off, and then the last 3 years, all right. You're old man. You got to get the fuck out of here.
And write that down. Yeah, it's awesome. I love me some Van Wilder. Well, everybody's mad at him now, but whatever.
I'm not that.
I haven't heard, but I'm sure it's probably
something. He's in trouble. But anyway.
Yeah, no, that's not beer. So
yeah, it's not beer.
Well, before we close this out, Darnell, do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, you guys covered everything. I just want to give you guys a thank you for coming out here, setting up and all that shit like that. Sorry for about being late because I was just back there kegging beer, but I truly appreciate you having me on, having my boss on. We both appreciate you guys being out here.
Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all. This is episode 2, so we're just getting this thing off the floor.
You got the boss man on, so like that's
that was great.
That wasn't planned at all.
No, I'm so glad that happened. That was great.
That's awesome.
Good timing.
For sure, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. Man. I can't wait for the root for y'all's success in the future, bro.
Thanks, man. We
We're
appreciate
excited.
it.
Thank
Likewise
you so much for your time and having us on.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Cheers, man.
Cheers, brother.
Check out Beer Someone next week. Y'all have a great one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Fucking well done.